Hi, this is Diane, and I want to show you the junk journal that I made. Again, I used an old library book that they were giving away or selling for $1, and I decoupaged the front of it with a variety of things, and I used these shiny letters that say journal. And on the inside, there's some. This is a basic gray from the fiction or fact line, and this is the Daily Junk from Pink Paisley. So since it's a junk journal, it's got a variety of things. This is a page out of a book, an old book. And I sewed on just little snippets. I had the K & Company cut and paste paper that I absolutely love, and I had little pieces left over, and I didn't want any of them to go to waste. So I just kind of stuck them on there and put on this paper, this square from My Mind's Eye Life Stories. It says description. And just a little snippet there and some washi tape on the edge. And on the other side of the paper, you can't even tell it's a book page here because it's so covered up, but there's a piece from some music, a doily, some scrapbook paper. I made a little pocket with a coin envelope. And this is actually, it's not actually a playing card, it was a cutout from paper. And I glued it to a craft journaling card. And here is an envelope with a window in it. I like the shape of that window. And I had this little book of Kate Greenaway illustrations about the language of flowers. And I actually glued that in there so it's not going to come out, but I like it that you can see it through the window. And I used that washi tape with the old-fashioned silhouettes on it. Another little oval cutout from the Kate Greenaway book. But I can put something in there when I want to. And then there's a little piece of the Daily Junk. That's another one of the lines that I have to use up every little snip of paper because I love that line. Here is a large craft envelope that I got in the mail with something I don't even know. It doesn't have any writing on it, so I don't remember what it came with. But I folded it in half and bound it in the center. And I have to slit this top so I can put something in there, but I didn't do that yet. But I did a lot of stamping here and adhered an old page from a planner and some coffee dye tag, some stamps and papers and washi tapes. And of course this opens so you can put something inside the envelope there. There's that side. This is a card from a game called Masterpiece. I went to the Salvation Army and I purchased some board games and just so I could use the cards. This is a Melody Ross flash card, and I cut a description or a definition out of the newspaper for the word stretch, and I glued that on there. This is from a card called a game called Probe. So I just stapled that on there and put a piece of washi tape and just made that little insert. I can journal on the back. Here's a page out of the book, Dolls Around the World. I also had a little tiny book that was pretty bad shape. It had some mildew on it, and that's also about dolls around the world, so I just kind of tore these sections out and glued it onto this page from the larger book. Here's a piece from pattern instruction, dressmaking instructions, washi tape and a little flower. Here's the other side of that book from the library. It had this cute little border, so I think I'll probably be coloring that in. And some scraps of scrapbook paper. Here's a piece of craft paper. I do the greeting cards at the store where I work, and so when the display changed, spring changed into summer and we were throwing this away, this was from Easter, I brought it home and I cut it off of the sign and made it into a pocket. And I just stuck a couple of flashcards inside the pocket. And on the back, I just attached some Bow Bunny stickers. Some of them are dimensional. Here is just a scrapbook paper scrap, but a scrap of manila folder. It's even torn. And I just clipped them together with this cute paper clip. Paint chip strip. Here's a piece that I had done years ago, just trying out some techniques didn't do anything with it. It's just been in my craft room. So I thought I would just stick it in here, and I can attach some paper there to journal on. Here's just another scrap of craft paper. I had made this pocket out of a chunk of paper that I had, and I glued on these little tags with some seam binding. And a leftover piece of ledger paper that I made into a tag. And here's one of the cards that you get at the $1.50 spot at Michael's. I like this line of cards. So I have a bunch of the cards and a bunch of the shopping lists. This image I actually printed from the internet, and they actually attached the image to that journaling card, so that was pretty neat. Here's another piece of the Daily Junk, a Shutterfly envelope, so you can put things in there. Just a little journaling card. Here's from a Atlas book that I have, an old one. I attached these kind of like vinyl stickers, travel stickers. Some washi tape here, and a tab from a file folder is stapled on. Here's the back side of the Atlas page with some more stickers. I made a pocket and put a tag in there. It's just a little journaling card that was large enough to include as a page. A smaller journaling card. Here's a treat bag that I think I bought at Michael's, a set of them at Michael's, and I attached it to this strip of scrapbook paper and bound it right in. Here's a piece from Big Tim Holtz. Just a ledger paper. This is one of, it came right out of a ledger book that I bought at Walmart. This little strip of scrapbook paper just happened to be there, and I just stuck it on that page. Here's the cardboard sleeve that comes on the DVDs, so I turned that into a pocket. And then I had a journaling book. It had blank, doesn't have lines on the papers, but it did have some drawings and some quotes. So I just use that book and take pages out of it to put into the books that I make. This one says, "Memory is the diary that we all carry about with us," Oscar Wilde. And then here it says, "Memory is a net. One finds it full of fish when he takes it from the brook, but a dozen miles of water have run through it without sticking." Oliver Wendell Holmes. Here's a tag from a card from an embellishment pack. I just glued a little piece of lined paper on it. It's a nice heavy tag. And on the back I glued some graph paper. And here's another tag from a pair of jeans. I don't know what it's... Oh, it's stuck to the back of the book. Here's another page out of that journal. It has a line drawing at the top of it. A little drawing there. Here's a scrapbook page. I can't tell you what line that is, but it's pretty cool. It's me and my big ideas, I know that much. And it's white on the other side, so I adhered this one of those Tom Fetke shopping lists from the $1 spot at Michael's, $1.50 spot. And this is an envelope that comes with the cards that match this line. Pretty neat, it looks like a sewing pattern. Some scraps from the Daily Junk, made it in the envelope as journaling spots. Here's a catalog envelope that I adhered washi tape to, and just a cutout from an old book. And then I got in this book from the library for $1. The book itself was in good shape, and I want to assure you it is on my bookshelf. I did not tear it apart. I like that book. I'm keeping it. But the cover was in pretty bad shape. So I tore the library pocket out of the book. It says Secret Garden, Frances Hodgson Burnett. So I made that into a pocket and just put some of these pretty little tags in there. And then the cover, the dust cover, I opened it up and I put scrapbook paper on it, folded the binding part over, the spine part over, and glued it down. But there's lots of room to put some pictures or whatever and some journaling. But the book itself is intact. This Mod Podge is making my things stick to it. And then here's another piece of scrap paper or craft paper, and it's got stamped images and washi tape. And there's the back. And the back of it is also Mod Podged. So that is my junk journal. I had a lot of fun making it. I can't wait to make another one. I still have a lot of junk to put in it. And it's a really good way to use up scraps that you don't want to throw away. Your scrap paper scraps and leftover bits and pieces of things. So it's really fun to do. So I hope that you like watching this, and I hope that you make your own junk journal. Thank you.